Hey, week 2. New you, new year. But wait a minute. Is that what we're doing in 2026? I'm still the same old me. I'm still me. But I've been reading a lot about fasting and weight loss and debt relief and those types of things. And I'm thinking, trying to figure out where I fit the story of my life, trying to figure out where I fit in this story. So for me, I'm building on a traumatic event. Is that the right word? Yeah, it was traumatizing. That happened to me in 2024. First of all, it's your girl. I'm here and sharing my chronicles of a freshman senior, learning life and how to make my way through. How did I get here to be a senior citizen, an elder, if you will? I don't know. So I'm going to recall some of the stories. I'm going to use some of the things that have impacted me throughout my life. And hopefully you'll find something that's interesting and that you'll learn some things about yourself. If you put yourself in my shoes, not living my life, but go back. Was there a moment in your life that caused some real things to change for you? For me, one big change happened to me in 2024. And yeah, it almost took me under. But here we are in 2026. I got a smile on my face. I'm starting a new year with, I was a new me once I came out of that situation. So it took me about a year and a half to really get back to myself. So this January, I am pretty settled. I've moved to a new location. I am done pretty well. And I started thinking out of all of the challenges, the weight loss, I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today. And I thought, how about talking about the fact that I weigh less today than I did 30 years ago? So over the course of the past 30 years, and 30 is a good place to think about because 30 years ago, I was pregnant with my last child. So I was having my daughter in January of 1996. I was pregnant and she was due in May. She came May 18th. So as she's thinking now about celebrating her 30th birthday, I'm reflecting on the past 30 years, man. The things that I've been through, how I got to where I am. Back then, I had just relocated again. Well, a couple years before, I had just relocated. For those of you who haven't moved across the country, personally, I had moved at that point from Oklahoma to New Jersey. It can take you a couple years to get used to your new environment, right? And I had a child, my son at the time. It was just me and him, and I was going through a divorce when I found out. Then I got pregnant. And I was like, man, I got to do something. I got to do something better and different and all these things. So I went back to school and I got to where I am now. Went back to school, got a career. But what I never wasn't able to do, was think about myself because those kids needed me, right? So in 2006 probably was the time that this particular journey I'm on, my health and fitness journey began. My daughter was 10 at the time. My son, he's looking at colleges and everything. And I'm like, man, I got to do something about this weight. I think I started having heart palpitations and things like that. My job was stressful and I wanted to do something about it. So I started walking. And I can remember very vividly in New Jersey, there was a snowstorm, but I would still get out early in the morning before work and go walk whether I was walking around the track at the school I was working at or walking around the neighborhood. I can remember having my snow boots on and walking. Well, now my kids are full grown. And I had this event that happened in 2024. I lost a dear friend of mine, very unexpectedly, literally. I was talking to him one day, and the next day I get notification that he is deceased. He had never been married, didn't have any children. And as I sit here thinking about him today, I think he was perfectly happy dying in his house by himself. That was his choice. And we're all living our lives, and we have a way, we have a free will to do with this life. I've read about people who are leaving the United States and going to countries that will allow them to have assisted deaths, right? Do you, boo? Do you? What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to live as long as I want to live as long as God wants me to live, and I want to live healthy. I want to be healthy. So my eating habits have changed tremendously, and as well as my fitness routine. And that's why I lost the weight. I lost the weight by working out, by not eating my favorite, which is junk food. Listen, if it's sweet, I want to eat it. And so what I'm a Christian, and one of the things, I follow several ministries online, as I haven't found a church here in my new city, but probably 4 or 5 of them they're fasting right now. So I'm like, okay, I'll fast for the next 21 days. And just means that I'm going to cut out some of the things that I'm going to turn my plate down, is the way when I was at Bethany Baptist Church. That's what they would always say, we're going to turn our plates down. That doesn't mean not eating anything. It means giving up those things that probably aren't good for you anyway. This one church says we're giving up sweets, meats, and alcoholic treats, I think is how they describe it. So I'm not really a drinker. I can take it or leave it. Sweets, I just told you, just confessed about that. And then meat, I can give that up. I used to always tell people that I was a carnivore. Every meal I had to have meat. I am not that way anymore. I made the most delicious avocado toast this morning. On sourdough bread and things like that. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing in answer to New Year, new me. It's not a new me. I've been trying to be this new me since he died April of 2024. I went through a deep grieving period, probably about 6 months of deep grieving, and then I climbing my way out of that grief and to get here. And when I moved to my new city, my new state, I just kind of took a look around, and I was like, my kids are grown. I'm here, and I am doing this life my way. And part of that means that I had to get my body together, right? And it's not because I want to be a size 2 and I just want to be able to walk up and down stairs. I want to be able to, as I said, live as long as I can. My grandson is 6. I want him to know who his grandmother is. Every day, a phrase comes to my mind, and that phrase is dare to dream. And I had a good friend of mine, when I said that to her, I said, well, what do you dream about? And she says, and we're women over 50. So she said, I never have had the space to dream. And I had to kind of agree with that I had not had the space to do it, but I do now. And because I do now, that's what I'm doing every day. I'm thinking up topics for this channel. 30 years ago, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have spaces where we could share our stories. And I know there are a million people out there that are like, I would never do what you're doing. And I probably wouldn't do what you're doing either. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's got a story within them. And some people are writing books. This is my way of leaving my story. And that makes me think about the Broadway show Hamilton and the song, Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story? Well, this is my way of telling my own story. I'm going to put my own story out there. And there are going to be people who know me or think they know me or whatever, who might have something to say. Put it in the comments. You got something to say about my story? Let's talk about it. But if my grandson sees this, if my daughter sees this, my son sees this, if they ever take the time to see it, they will be able to see my face, hear my voice, and remember me. I ain't going nowhere no time soon, but I'm just saying. They'll be able to hear my voice and know my story. So that's it for this week. I started in December. I was like, well, what am I going to do? What's going to be my challenge? What's going to be my vision for 2026? And this is it. Every week, every Tuesday, I'm going to record a video and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel and I'm going to share it with the world in the hopes that I will have, again, 52 different stories that I've shared with the world. That's the only, that's my mission. And ironically, what I actually thought about recently is that one of the weeks each month, I'm also going to share a book that I love. So that's 12 weeks right there. And I want to give a book review, if you will. I am an avid reader, love to read. I listen to a lot of audiobooks because, I can get through them faster if I listen to them. So the book for this month that I'm going to talk about on the 27th of January will be a book called Happy Land that I read. It came out last year and I, had heard about it. And then I got it on the Libby app, free from the library. Don't be buying all them books, because what you going to do with all them books? When God calls you home and you got to clear out, or your people have to clear out your house, don't leave them with all that stuff to clear out. We'll talk about that too later. But yeah, Happy Land is the book that I'll be discussing. So the last Tuesday of each month, I will talk about my experience, how the book impacted me, and hope you'll come back for that. Is that it? Yeah. This YouTube channel, I'm reading my notes, is my way of teaching because I'm not in the classroom anymore, So I take my notes, I write my notes about what I want to talk about, and then I log in and I record myself. And I'm actually going to do a video about my journey of learning this technology and what technology I use. Personally, right now, I'm using Photo Booth and I'm using Canva for my little thumbnail. About, almost 4 years ago, I think, I went to Ghana and I discovered Wodamaya, Wodamaya. And this young Ghanaian who has a YouTube channel and YouTube following. And I thought, wait, if this young Ghanaian can record videos and upload them to YouTube and tell his story, I can do it too. I can do it too. You can do it too. If that's what you want to do. If you want to write a book, write a book. If you want to start an exercise program, do that. Personally, I swim. I do water aerobics. I just started, what did I do today? Today I did body boot camp. No, that's not what it is. It's body combat. So I've only been 3 times. Body combat, so I'm learning how to move parts of my body. I went to yin yoga this morning. I'm a member of the YMCA. Again, shout out to the YMCA. Affordable ways to keep your body in shape. They have so many classes, etc., etc. So, welcome to my channel if you're new. If you've not been here before, hey, how you doing? And like, subscribe, share it with your peoples, click the notification button, and come back next Tuesday. It's going to be something. People say, what you going to talk about? I don't know. Whatever I feel like talking about. So if you're interested in that, I'm not following no lesson plan. I'm not following a script. I'm going to give you from my heart about what's going on in this freshman senior's life. How's it going, LaRonda? It's going okay. It's going okay. Spring is coming. It's cold outside today. This morning it was so cold when I got in my car. I was looking for my gloves and I couldn't find them fast enough, so I had to use my hat to hold my steering wheel. My steering wheel was 28 degrees, I think. But thankfully, I'm 10 minutes from the gym, so that wasn't too bad. All right. Till next Tuesday, have a good one. Bye. Keeping this commitment to myself. Nobody's making me do it. It's doing it for myself. What you gonna do for yourself?